Hey everybody, Wednesday morning. I'm massively late to work, but I've already let them know. Ever since Monday night, and I may have said it in yesterday's, since Monday night my neck's been really stiff. And on Tuesdays, the chiropractor's office doesn't open until, I think, 2 o'clock. And so, usually he's there by 8:30, so this morning I had to get up and get ready and go over to his office, get my neck adjusted, which it does feel 10 times better. It's still sore, but it's going to be for a little bit, but it feels much better than it did. And it got to the point where it was making my back and down my right side and my right arm get like pins and needles. And I have a history of back problems, with whether it's with wrecks or I had my neck fused back in 2004, so I've had my fair share of back issues. But I feel better, and so I'm headed to work. So like I said, I'm massively late, but they know about it, and they know that I don't have a whole lot of opportunities to get adjusted, because I normally don't get home until after 7 and their office closes at 6. So used to, when I worked from home for a little bit before I got this job, I'd go like every day or every other day and get adjusted like right after lunch, right before he reopened for the day. So I usually take a couple hour lunch break. So I wasn't sick. My body was never really stiff. I didn't have problems with my neck. And when I got this job, the schedule that I'm on keeps me from going at all. But I really like my schedule. The traffic's less. I literally, it takes me probably an hour and 15 minutes. With spring break, it's taking a lot less time to get there and come back. Well, not today, because there's a bunch of lunkheads out on the road, but normally if I was to go, if I had to be there at 8:30, which I did like the first 2 weeks I worked there, I have to leave at like 6:45 to get there by 8:30, and I just barely get there in time. So I'd rather go in at 9:30. It's a lot easier on me. Anyway, nothing really new. I mean, I guess leading up to this vacation, there's not a lot going on. We're supposed to find my Kodak camera tonight. If we do, I'm going to charge her up, and then I'll definitely be using it tomorrow, because I want to test it out before we go on our trip. It's a Kodak ZI-8. If you look them up, they're more valuable than gold at this point. One of the big things about them is that it has an external mic jack, and that's what a lot of people are looking for, and its quality is really just amazing as far as the video itself. And so eventually what I would like to do is find some broken ones, some ones that have like bad casings on them or whatever, and get somebody to rewrite the software for me, hack the software and rewrite it, and do some other things with it, and make like a really cool camera that I can put in the car and use, because I like the way that it works, but there's some things I wish it did better. And I'm sure it's not a physical limitation, it's a software limitation, and since they're not really updating it anymore, I'd love to get somebody to make some changes to it for me. So I'd like to find ones with broken cases, because I want to build my own casing and everything, and set it up in the car and have like a couple of different views going. That way I can flip back and forth. Anyway, so hopefully I'll find it tonight. And I'll be taking that and probably this flip cam that I use, unless for some reason I can talk my wife into letting me by that Canon camera, which I don't think is going to happen at this point. If she did, I'd take that one single camera and be done with it. Otherwise, I'll be taking the Kodak and the flip, and probably my monopole and all that. So it just depends on what I end up getting to take, and if I end up getting that Canon camera or not. Other than that, I'm just getting ready to go. I'm ready to get out of here. Did find out from the airport that we got to be there 2 hours early because, and I know in the back of my mind, I know that 2 hours early is going to be way too early. I know the airport in Austin, and I know if I'm there by 6, I'll be at the gate by 5 after 7 at the latest, and I'm gonna have an hour to have a ton of anxiety, and that's usually what happens. I like kind of getting there at the last minute and getting on. Like when we get there, they start boarding and we get on, and then you know, it's another 10 or 15 minutes to get everything done. Well, sometimes it's even longer than that, and get taxied and then take off. So, and I think that's the reason I haven't been sleeping, is because I've got so much anxiety. I mean, I have anxiety right now, and we don't leave for another 2 days. And that's just what happens with me. I'm not that great at flying, and so I get super anxious. Something else I'm going to do, and I didn't ever think of this until last night, and I thought, oh, this is a good idea. I have a PlayStation Vita, and it has a YouTube app on it, and it has a camera. So my thought process is, I can record, if I don't want to use the iPhone to record and upload, I can always use the Vita, which I'm going to take it with me to play, probably on the plane to distract me. But my hope is that I can record some stuff in the hotel room, just like a short daily vlog, kind of letting you know what we did the day before and what our plans are for the day, and then upload it. And I did find out the Wi-Fi at the hotel is $14.95 a day, which is ridiculous. So my goal when we get there is to talk them into letting us have it for free. It's happened before. The last hotel we stayed at, they charged, and I was basically like, well, we're only here one night, and we're just using it to, you know, check on our dogs and stuff like that. And the lady was like, here, I'll just give you this slip of paper, and it's got the code on it. But the messed up thing is they change the codes every day, and they have multiple codes, so I just have to try to talk them into it. If nothing else, maybe I can say, hey, I'll pay for a couple of days if you guys give me the other 2 days for free. And I'm only out 30 bucks, and I'm fine with that. I just don't want to be out 60 bucks to get on the Wi-Fi, which I can't even guarantee what kind of speed I'm going to get off that Wi-Fi. So it's another one of those situations where, you know, I may get there and the speed's so freaking slow I can't do anything with it. It takes hours to upload stuff, and that's when I have to just leave it there. I have to pull the image off of the camera and then leave the computer running. And I'd rather not leave all that running while we're not in the hotel room. So it may be an overnight thing that I just have it uploading. So you know, it's a wait and see situation, because I don't know what's going to happen when we get there. I don't know what kind of internet speeds we're going to have, if we're even gonna pay for it. I mean, my thing is with that, I'm not going to be on it long enough to pay 15 bucks a day. So, I mean, I might be willing to pay half that, because we might, you know, look up something, or might not be able to find anything on TV and want to watch, like a movie or something online. I don't know. And see, that's another thing that just popped into my head. Why doesn't like Netflix set up something with hotels that you have a Netflix account and, well, I just answered my own question. Well, no, they could pay the hotel. My thought process is Hulu and Netflix go to hotels and say, listen, we'll put our channel in. It can go over an internet connection, which a lot of the internal channels do that anyway. And then what we'll do is that the people can enter their ID and password, and they can watch a Netflix movie, and we'll pay the hotel, we'll kick back some money to the hotel. Because I know hotels aren't making a ton off pay-per-view movies, they're having to pay for that. So if Netflix and Hulu could work out a deal for that, and you could go stay in a hotel and use your Netflix account, I think that if one or two hotel chains did that, people might be more willing. But for me, it doesn't matter, because I'm going out of town to go out of town and go do things in that town, not sit in the hotel room and watch movies. I mean, maybe at night when we're trying to wind down, but you know, I'm there to have fun during the day and at night, and then when we get back to the hotel room, take a shower, lay in bed and watch like a little local news, and then I'm out. I'm done for the day. So, but with doing these vlogs, I kind of have to change things up. You know, I have to get on the internet some, so I don't know. It really is a let's just wait and see what happens when we get there kind of situation. In the hotel, I confirmed with them yesterday our reservation and what time we're going to get there. And so what they're having me do is when we get there, we drop the bags off at their baggage check, and they'll give us like a receipt or whatever for it. And then we go to the second floor and go do our pre-check-in, which will cover everything except for assigning us a room. And then once a room is available, then they'll contact me by phone and let me know. And then when we're ready to come back, we'll go to the second floor, they'll assign us our key, and then they'll call the baggage checkers and have them run our bags up to the room. So, and I think we're only taking one carry-on, and then if I can find my good laptop bag that has the camera in it, then we're going to take the good laptop bag and probably my wife's laptop. We thought about taking the tablet, but it doesn't get to, it doesn't have a couple of apps that we need on it to watch movies, or and I really can't. I tried plugging the camera into it and pulling over the data and trying to upload it to YouTube, and it's horrible. It's definitely, it's nearly impossible. So tablet for people that do YouTube is pretty much out. I mean, we'll have to rely on laptops until somebody figures it out. So, like, I could get an iPhone and probably use iMovie, but there's not enough storage space, and there's no USB connection. So it's not like I can plug the camera straight in, and there's no memory card connection, so it's not like I can move any of that over. I'd have to find a camera with Bluetooth, or get a Wi-Fi camera and move the file over that way onto the iPad, and then edit it with iMovie and then upload it. By the time I did all that, I could have just taken the laptop with me and done it that way, and it takes half the time. So tablets for me are kind of useless at this point, other than just a plaything. And granted, I like my tablet. I have an Android tablet, and I like it. I don't use it as much as I used to, because I do this, and there's other stuff that I do, other sites that I go to that don't work on the tablet. So, and that's because people are still using Flash, and even though mine has Flash, it doesn't have an updated version, and some sites it just won't go to now. So anyway, that's pretty much it. That's all I got for today. Going home tonight, or probably the jeans I'll be wearing tomorrow, because I only have 5 pair of jeans, so we're gonna have to probably take all of them, or take 3 pair, and I'll have to wear a couple again. I mean, if you wear them and you don't crap your pants, think you're all right to hang them back up, or just fold them back up and then wear them again another day. So anyway, I'm nearly to work, and if you guys like the daily vlogs, let me know. Like I said, when I get back, I'm gonna hopefully contact a couple of improv groups and see if they're interested in doing this deal where they act out my stories. The more I think about it, the funnier it is, and I really want to do it and team up with somebody and work off my other channel and upload some really funny stuff and give them some exposure and get some subscribers going. So anyway, I will post tomorrow. The afternoons are staying longer, but like I said, until we get back and I have time to edit videos, then I'm really not going to do anything in the afternoon or the evening when I get off work on my ride home. I'm really not going to do much then, because then I have to upload it as a separate vlog entry, and it just gets to be too much at that point. So anyway, give it a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, hit up my other channels. I should record a story one while we're in San Francisco. I'm trying to think of a good San Francisco story. Really don't have one. The 2 times I went, nothing like crazy or interesting really happened. Well, I could tell you this story of the restaurant we went to the first time I went to San Francisco, but I'm going to try to upload a story while we're gone, and then maybe a jackal of the week before we leave, or I may wait until we get there, depending on. Nobody's really hacked me off this week. I've been too wrapped up and going. So, and I may save those for Saturdays now and do it for the past week, and then do the story one on Sunday, and then still do my daily vlog. I got to work out my schedule, and it all depends on how the vacation works out. So anyway, you guys have a great Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow.